David, do you think Crawford will fight you if he beats Canelo?
No, I wouldn't fight Crawford.
You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just not let me go.
What if there's a boxer so dominant, so untouchable, that even the legends of the sport openly admit they want no part of him? That fighter is Terence "Bud" Crawford, an enigmatic force whose mere presence seems to strike a deep-seated fear into the hearts of his rivals. At a time when champions carefully craft their legacies, Crawford has carved his with pure defiance, walking into every division, dismantling elite opposition, and leaving no doubt about who rules the ring.
I want to ask you a little bit about the history that you made tonight, and I want your opinion on which means the most to you. You became a 5-division world champion. You became the 3rd of 4-division lineal champion with Mayweather and Pacquiao. You became a 3-time undisputed champion, the first ever in the 2, 3, or 4 belt era. And you became the 2nd undisputed champion in 3 weight classes when there was only 1 champion back in 1938 with Henry Armstrong. That's a lot of stuff.
You hear that? You hear that?
Which do you think means the most?
And all of it. It all goes hand in hand.
Can you describe what it all means to you to have? You just made like a whole resume of stuff tonight.
It means a lot to me because, you know, anybody can be a nobody, like I said, you know, and that's all they say I've been fighting is nobodies. So what can they say now? Somebody tell me, what can you say now?
You can say congratulations.
That's it. What can you say? Any words?
Thanks.
It's a fear that goes far beyond ordinary respect between fighters. It's the kind of fear that creeps into the mind before the first bell even rings. Terence "Bud" Crawford carries an aura of invincibility that makes even the toughest warriors hesitate, because inside the ropes he is more than just a boxer. He is a puzzle that no one has solved. With the ability to seamlessly switch stances, adapt to any style, and break opponents down round by round, Crawford doesn't just beat fighters. He dismantles them, stripping away their confidence, neutralizing their strengths, and exposing their weaknesses. This ruthless precision, paired with his mental toughness and icy calm under pressure, has created a chilling reality in the sport. Even the bravest champions and legends admit, sometimes openly, that facing Bud Crawford is not just another fight. It's a nightmare they'd rather avoid.
To share the ring with great fighters like him. And if we do it again, it's gonna be great. But you know what? I'm glad to share the ring with great fighters. And I'm glad to be here. I already did a lot in boxing. I already accomplished a lot in boxing. My legacy is already there. And I am still taking risks because I love boxing. You know, Crawford is a great fighter, skilled fighter. And I get the credit to Crawford, obviously. And I feel great.
It wasn't just skill that made Canelo Alvarez nervous across from Crawford. It was something deeper. Roy Jones Jr. noticed it right away, describing the cold aura Crawford carries into the ring. A calm, unshakable presence that makes even the toughest opponents second-guess themselves. That invisible pressure, more than the punches, is what breaks fighters before the first bell.
Like this, Terence Crawford went and got it from the mud. You understand me? I tried to set examples when I was coming up of how to do things. Terence Crawford shows you how to go get it out the mud. You understand me? Terence been there all these years. Nobody would ever give Terence that shot to become that guy. You understand me? Finally, Earl gave it to him after 5 years and he became that guy. But most people who were capable of giving him that shot at that time avoided him and didn't give him that shot. Terence earns, and I always have had, my utmost respect because he gets it out the mud. People like Victor Postal were not weak, easy to beat guys. Victor Postal had not really lost till he got to Bud. Bud made him look like nothing. You understand me? Bud been beating these guys that we don't know are monsters, but the game knows they were pretty good fighters. Damn good fighters to be exact. He been going through anything they brought to him for a long time. He did not manipulate the game. He hit the game head on, waited patiently until this time came and took full advantage of that night. That's how I understood boxing to go. Not people to go out and do things other ways. Go straight down that line, hit that ball straight off the middle. You understand me? That's what Bud did. The last person I seen do that, Marvin Hagler had almost 50 fights before they let him fight for a title. You understand me? 50 fights before he got a shot. You understand me? That's a long time. That's no manipulation. That's standing in the gap, doing what you got to do till your time come. That's what Bud did. He stood in the gap till his time came, and when his time came, he took full advantage of it. And I got nothing but the utmost respect for people like that because they know.
Pointed out that Canelo looked visibly uneasy, almost like a little boy across from seasoned veteran, as Crawford locked eyes with him and refused to look away until Canelo finally broke first. The unspoken language of fighters that marked Crawford's first victory before a punch was even thrown.
Smart fight, took the fight in the middle, let Canelo get off his steam early, came in the later rounds and just outboxed him for the very smart fight. Didn't stand in the middle for him, made him use the ring like Canelo doesn't like to do. He took the Erislandy Lara blueprint and used it very well. Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. If you look at Erislandy Lara, you notice Bud never turned right-handed the whole fight because he knew Erislandy Lara gave him most trouble because you used the ring on it as a southpaw. Terence is very special. He definitely goes in the top 10, maybe even the top 5 of the best pound for pound.
This is the essence of the Crawford enigma. A fighter who stays unervingly calm under pressure, reads opponents like an open book, processes every movement in split seconds, and punishes even the slightest mistake with surgical precision.
Ortiz said to us, if Bud beats Canelo, I have him as the greatest fighter of all time. Would you put yourself in that category once that fight is over and you're the winner?
Of course. Why not?
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm talking about all time.
All
like
time.
Ali, Floyd, I'm talking about all time.
When you talk about all these other fighters who would have done or accomplish anything close to it.
I agree.
No, I'm asking you.
No, none of them.
Sugar Ray Robinson accomplished a lot.
Yeah, he did.
When you say Sugar Ray Robinson, he never went up 3 weight classes and fought the undisputed
the top
champion.
Yeah. Right.
And the first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the best Mexican fighters that come out of Mexico.
Of all time, yeah.
It's a difference when you talk about moving up in weight and who you fighting. You can kind of say that I went up 3 weight classes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the joy in it.
54,
like,
60, 68.
Everybody, is wondering how I'm gonna do that.
He leaves opponents not just beaten, but broken, stripped of confidence and answers. Crawford's reign isn't simply about stacking wins. It's about shattering boundaries and redefining what greatness looks like in boxing. To become undisputed in 3 separate weight classes is a feat many believed impossible, yet he's made it reality. Former world champion Paulie Malignaggi called it nothing less than historic, marveling not only at Crawford's pristine 41-0 record with 31 knockouts, but also at the way he built it, facing elite opposition head-on, dismantling champions with clinical precision, and doing so while barely absorbing clean shots. This is dominance at its purest form.
For this, Crawford's very he has a big ego, especially when it comes to anything he does, bro. He has a big ego. And I said this yesterday. I won't be surprised if he dominates Canelo and then they offer him Benavidez and he says okay.
Malignaggi drew parallels between Crawford's current dominance and Floyd Mayweather's legendary run, but emphasized that Bud's victory over Canelo was more than just another notch on his resume. It was the passing of a torch, the beginning of a new era where Crawford reigns as the defining fighter of this generation. What separates him isn't just the victories themselves, but the manner in which he secures them. A blend of icy composure, pinpoint precision, and ruthless adaptability that leaves no doubt in the minds of fans, fighters, or analysts.
Canelo is saying there wasn't shit I can do in there. Errol Spence had to have been in there like, holy shit. It brings light to his resume. Everybody dug it. We kind of knew that Bob Arum had Manny Pacquiao avoid Terence Crawford. PBC, welterweights, all avoided him. I am here to give credit to Terence Crawford for being one of the most ducked fighters in history. Like Bob Foster, like Black Murderers Row, Charlie Burley and Eddie Booker and all those guys. Terence Crawford by himself is Black Murderers Row of this era. Now, do I need Terence Bud Crawford to continue fighting? Hell no. For what? Terence Crawford, we know what you are. I am the first one to say, didn't believe it. But brother, if you're watching Terence Crawford, you by yourself has cost me at least $30,000. That's enough for me to be convinced, bro. I would never bet against this man ever again. I can't afford it. I have a house, I got kids, a business to run. I can't afford it.
Would you consider going back down to 154 and face Geron as the guy who prepared Canelo Alvarez for this fight?
No. I ain't going down 154.
Most fighters excel in either offense or defense, but Crawford is a rare anomaly who masters both. Against Canelo, he flawlessly blocked heavy shots while instantly countering with precision, turning defense into attack. His calm, calculated style breaks opponents mentally as much as physically. Andre Ward summed it up best. You've got to really hurt that dude to stop him because his mentality is unyielding.
That, like, I can bet the house on, it's Bud.
Who's the most skilled fighter today?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. Like, it's just that, like, you gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So, skillful, yes. But this and this, it's different, man.
Most people don't know shit about boxing, but Terence Bud Crawford does. Great fight, shutout. Just what I assumed would happen. This boxing smart would beat Canelo's tactics. Like from round 2, I saw Canelo being on the back foot, and eventually Crawford was just dancing around him doing this thing. So yeah, again, I like Crawford. I just think the way he fights is clean. Like he makes very little mistakes, and he knows the sweet science of boxing. So yeah, he showed why he's the best right now. One of the best.
Crawford's relentless will, adaptability, and seamless stance switching make him a puzzle no opponent has solved. But behind the belts and glory lies a personal fire. From childhood, his father declared he'd be a world champion, while his mother doubted it. A mix of belief and skepticism that fueled his rise to greatness.
Hey, the kids, I said, if y'all can whoop Bud, I give y'all $10 a piece. Couldn't I whoop him?
You went out on the street.
Yeah.
What's now Bud Crawford Street.
Yeah.
And offered $10 to anyone who can kick my son's butt.
Yep.
And a lot of takers.
Yeah, the kids in the neighborhood. Couldn't nobody whoop him.
What did he tell you then?
He told you, Mom, I told you I'm the best.
What came first, the mean or the talent?
I think the mean came first. When I first started boxing, I just could fight. I couldn't box. All my coaches was like, he got heart. He ain't scared of nothing, he can fight. That's when they started teaching me technique and the art of boxing.
A good deal of what you remember of your childhood was you were getting whooped all the time by your mom.
And I was getting kicked out of school. And
Crawford's mother's doubt ran so deep, she once offered neighborhood kids $10 to beat him up, but instead of breaking him, it lit a fire. That disbelief became his ultimate motivation, with every win serving not just as a title earned, but as proof to her, transforming family doubt into the driving fuel of his greatness.
Yeah. They don't watch their daddy's hands.
They dad.
But you know, he chilled too though. You could tell when your resume say a certain thing, man, you ain't gotta talk a certain way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta let them know though, before you cross that line, you warn them.
You think are you as hard as your mom was on you or no?
On my kids? Nah.
You ain't like your mom was?
Nah. By far.
By far.
By far.
Yeah. She was hell.
What? She was tough. Then I was getting whooped for nothing.
For Crawford, it's never been about just collecting belts. It's about legacy. While most fighters would jump at the chance to be undisputed at 154, he walked away, seeing no true legacy-defining challenges there. His relentless drive pushes him to chase history, not just hardware.
Wicked big plans got two. Where I'm from, it's kind of 13.
I mean, Benavidez is also the one guy that nobody's willing to fight.
And if nobody's willing to fight him, that makes his value go up. And so the thing is that if you get the right guy that is willing to pay for that, and I mean that the Sheik, I mean, I don't see him saying that, okay, well, we can't afford to fight this guy. So I mean, that fight can happen if it's a fight that I think Bud won't entertain.
They can say whatever they want, but the proof is right here. Every belt, every win, every moment. I earned it. Nobody gave me anything, I took it. And that's why from his mother's doubt to the critics' comparisons, Terence Crawford's journey has always been about silencing everyone who ever questioned him.
Disputed in 3 different weight classes.
There you go.
Wow.
Something that never been done before.
Right.
And it's greatness. Like I said, this is my era, and I'm taking it. Ain't nobody gonna stop me. I know I wanted to fight Jamel, but if he lose to Canelo, I always said, man, that's a big step for a person to go up 3 weight classes from 147 to 168 and to win, and become undisputed. Wow. What can they say? They can't say nothing right now, but
It was a raw and defining moment. Proof that Crawford had transformed doubt into dominance, silencing critics and now standing as the most feared, most wanted man in all of boxing.